Welcome to another video. I'm going to show you what I have added to my collection in the last 2 weeks, beginning with a French copy of Just Can't Get Enough, 7-inch. It's on Vogue, so it's got the little emblem there. It's got mute in the corner there. So the cover itself is a little bit different to what you see in the UK. And then also on the back, there's some French, and there's some interesting text up the top here and along the bottom too. So quite different. And also the little opening slot here is very tiny. The disc itself, as usual, it's a punched hole and it's black and white label, so not much to talk about there. And it's got any second now, the instrumental version, as usual, on the B-side. If you tuned in to see some more vinyl records, then you're a bit out of luck, to be honest, because this is the only other vinyl record that I've got this in the last couple of weeks. This is A Question of Time, extended remix from Germany. The giveaway is, it says maxi single 45 RPM up here. This has got Black Celebration Live, Something to Do Live and Strip Live from the Birmingham NEC in 1986 on the B-side. They're really good live tracks. And this is int 126850. It's the equivalent of 12 on 12. And the disc is a typical light blue label, typical to the German 12 inches with the old Mew logo on. This is a kind of gap that I spotted in my collection. I thought I would have had this a long time ago, but apparently not. I had a bit of a first world problem and I had the coloured vinyl version from Germany, but not the black vinyl version. So it's nice to fill that gap in my collection with this. And then on to CDs. First of all, Broken Frame. It's European re-release, not sure of the year, can't find the year in Discogs. It's got a barcode on it. The lettering is slightly not the usual colour of yellow you'd expect to see. The CD itself doesn't give a lot away, apart from it's got this BELBEIM circular logo, made in Holland, written on it. The inlay card is pretty basic, just white with black text, no photos or anything, but no CD instructions, which kind of implies it's a later version, because when CDs first came out they were quite adamant that you have to read all about CDs and stuff on the back of these booklets. It says digitally mastered on there in the corner. Yeah, so that just fills a hole in my miscellaneous European album collection, where it doesn't say it's from France, or it doesn't say it's from Netherlands or UK or wherever, or Germany. Moving on, slightly more interesting than that is, I think I mentioned this in a previous video, this is Depeche Mode Performance, also available on vinyl. This is a double CD, and this is an almost complete recording from the concert at St Jacob's Sport Hall, Basel, Switzerland, November the 30th, 1984. And anybody who's watched this video series for long enough will know I've got plenty of copies of this already. In fact, I will put the 4 different versions in the corners of this video now just to show you. Almost complete because it's missing the intro to the whole concert, Before Something to Do, and I think it's also missing the intro to Somebody as well. It's on Swingin Pig, which haven't got a very good reputation with me, to be honest. The other Swingin Pig bootlegs I've got are pretty dreadful. The sound quality is pretty good. The issue with this is the speed of the recording is too slow. It sounds really weird. You do hear some different sort of bits of music as a result, but yeah, Dave's vocals sound even lower than normal. Anyway, it's a reasonably nice looking CD for bootleg. So both the CDs are like that, and like I say, it's in a fat box, same as 101 came out in the UK. And it has got an inlay card. This is got a bit squished along the way, but there's nothing much to see. It's just a repetition of the front cover and the back cover. If you can bear to listen to slightly slower versions of all the, when was it? Would have been Some Great Award tracks up to, tracks up to that point, November 1984. Then yeah, get hold of this. I don't know if the vinyl suffers from the same speed issues. The other vinyl bootlegs, I haven't noticed speed issues, so I'm assuming they tweaked it and made it sound more normal. And then finally, I suppose the big ticket item for this video is a Japanese box set of CDs. It's got the Violator rose on the front and the Violator tracks and the tiniest little mute logo, the modern mute logo, well, the mute logo from the 90s on there, which is really weird. It looks like a bit of a scratch, but it is actually the Walking Man logo. There's 6 CDs in here. Again, if you've been watching the videos, you'll know that I've got a lot of these Japanese CDs already. The reason I bought this is because I really wanted Violator on Japanese CD, the one I haven't got. So I'll just whiz through what is in here, and I'll show you Violator and the other one that I haven't got in more detail. So there's Violator with the Obi strip. Ultra, which you can see in a different video I've already done. Songs of Faith and Devotion. Exciter. Boo. My least favourite Depeche Mode album. Although it's growing on me a little bit. Playing the Angel. Great album. And then the other one I didn't have, as well as Violator, on this format, which is Blue Spec 2 CD, is Sounds of the Universe. And the nice thing about these, not just that they're boxed, is their kind of recreation of the actual LP. So you get your Obi strip, and there's the Obi strip off Violator. And then you get the album, and it's like a miniature version of the vinyl. So if I slide stuff out, it's got all the kind of normal bump that you would expect. Well, let me show you what they've done to recreate the vinyl first. So you've got your inlay card with the lyrics on, and the little white rose, and then the CD's in its own little sleeve inside. That. And then in addition, because it's Japanese, you've got the Japanese lyrics booklet. And then you've got the normal sort of CD insert as well. And this is like the collector's version, so it has got the Daniel Miller essay and some more photography, including the, whoops, absolute classic still from Enjoy the Silence, with Dave dressed as the king. So that's Violator. Let's have a look at Sounds of the Universe. Again, there's the Obi strip. And then this is actually a gatefold, because the vinyl was a gatefold, which is pretty cute. And then inside, again, we have some bump. So what we have here is we have one of the vinyl inner sleeves. You'll need a microscope to read the lyrics with the disc in. Nice looking disc. Nice picture on the back of the 3 of them at that point. But also, even though there isn't a second CD, they've included the other inner sleeve for what would have been the other vinyl record, which I think is a really nice touch. And again, it's got the nice photography on there. Plus, the CD booklet. This is just, oh, it has got some photography in it. It's got repeated the tree one. Oh, it's just repeating the photography in of the inners. So that will have just come straight out of a warehouse full of CD inserts. That's the normal CD insert. Then you've got the Japanese lyrics insert. It's literally all Japanese. And then in this one, sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Don't believe the hype really, but it is basically a little factual information sheet about Blue Spec CD2 format and how whizzy it is and how it captures so much more data and all sounds better. To be honest, I'm not entirely convinced, but what I like is the fact that these are kind of miniature versions of the vinyl albums. That's why I'm collecting them. Plus, of course, who doesn't like an Obi strip? Everybody's fascinated by Obi strips, aren't they? And they do all come with these receivable transparent covers as well, which takes a little teasing to get things back in without getting stuck together. So with that, that does actually complete my collection of the Blue Spec 2 Japanese CDs. So that's it for this week. I still haven't got around to listening to all the different versions of Memento Mori on vinyl, so I can't really answer the comments about the audio quality on those different versions, and I haven't really got an expert here anyway, so yeah, let's just enjoy the fact that Depeche Mode are still making music, they're still touring, and those 4 new tracks were pretty great, I thought. Anyway, until next time, cheers.